Keisha called her son, paved the way. Now all eyes on me. Cause I'm young, black, and gifted. Nina, all eyes gon' see. If you swung back when faced with a challenge that's meant to break you and balance scales, you ain't average. Now throw your hands on 3. Gon' put them up for black magic. Black excellence. Black habits. This black medicine. Everything black chucks, black tux, everything. Everything black hug, black love, everything. Praise black Jesus. Play black Moses. Give them flowers while they still give black roses. Everything black.
KBLA Talk 1580. It is my pleasure to welcome into the space a TV producer, filmmaker, and entertainment industry executive. He used to be the head of programming and executive producer, general manager of Fox Soul, digital streaming service focused on the African American community, but he has done many things in the industry. Started as a production assistant and then went on to produce a series of hits, including Keisha Cole, The Way It Is, reality show. Was executive producer for Bad Boys of Comedy on HBO, and so many other projects. If I went through all of them, we would not have time to talk to him. James DuBose, welcome.
How you doing? Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Good morning. Yeah, great to hear your voice. And let me start off by congratulating you on the launch of your new In the Black network.
Thank you, Dominique. I really appreciate that. And thank you for helping me get to this point over the years with being a part of Fox Soul while I was over there.
Yeah, I'm sure that's probably why you're so large as you are, because you just spread the love to everybody, even if they just moved a toothpick from point A to point B. But, James, I was reading up more on you, talking in really how you did start, just with your hustle on, working as a PA, working on the Olympics, in Atlanta, in LA, getting in where you fit in. And I think we have this idea that Black people cannot be executives in the entertainment business, that we can be in front of the camera only. And sometimes we could be producers, even maybe directors, but not executives, and certainly not owners of networks.
Absolutely. I think the reality of it is society as a whole tries to put a ceiling on us in what we could do and what we could think. And until we take the plunge ourselves at the end of the day and really put everything in the middle of the table and bet on ourselves, they're never going to look at us like that. We have to learn to stop asking mother may I or father may I and show them, because eventually I know our voice, our minds, and our talent is important to society as a whole. And once they realize that they can't stop what you're doing regardless, they'll eventually come to you. So we no longer have to chase. We can attract what we want.
When you started out as a production assistant, running around, whatever, moving boxes, getting coffee, did you have it in your mind, I am going to own a network, I am going to be an executive in this business?
That's so funny. Literally just 2 days ago, I started a division in the Black Music, which is an extension of In the Black Network. And I'm somebody that I worked with back in 2004. I just text everybody that supports me. I believe in that. So I just texted her and said, thank you for the support. And she wrote back, hi, OMG, absolutely. I remember listening to your big dreams years ago. And look at you now, so inspiring. And I say that to say that I never thought of myself for where I was. I had a vision. It was a roller coaster ride getting here, but this is exactly, at the end of the day, putting film, TV, and music, building an entertainment empire that I actually own, and not necessarily for me, but for the culture. So a long answer to your question is absolutely. I always prayed and worked hard for this moment. That's
important because you visualized it, you worked for it, and you manifested it. So we'll go back to some of that stuff, but let's go to the basic. What is In the Black? I mean, obviously it's a TV network, but what is it? How do we access it? And what's your model?
So In the Black network is an AVOD that is advertising video on demand. It's free for the consumer. Think of Tubi. And I bring that up only in reference of the business model.
Right.
I am trying to create our Black Tubi. I want to curate all the fast channels, every diverse piece of content that we have, I want to bring over to In the Black, and we are currently doing that. We have strategic partnerships. We have our first 3 fast channels with Merge TV, which is the faith-based channel with Holly Carter. We have our 24/7 sports channel, and then we also have Urban Flicks that came over, and then we have a plethora of VOD movies, series, talk shows, and so forth. We're our own app. You have to download our app either at the App Store or Google. We're on Apple TV, all smart TVs, LG, Samsung, Sony, Roku, and Amazon. And so you can find us there.
I mean, I remember when we were on Foxhole, people would get confused because you can, when it's an app, you can look at it on your phone, but you can put it on your TV. I mean, and I guess we just don't think about it. All these things that you have, HBO is an app, now, right?
You know what? Absolutely. You know what it really comes down to is marketing. You can have all the greatest content in the world and a great place, but if people don't know about it, the places that you just mentioned, what they've done great and have the money to do is market. They spend a lot of money on marketing so that the general public knows exactly what it is and where to go get it. And that's what we are doing at the moment as well. We need to let people know we exist.
So if you want to see this content, you go to the App Store or you on your TV, you search, type in a little search In the Black Network, and then you download that, and you can watch this content for free, either on your phone or your television. It's that simple, right?
It's that simple. We make the effort to go, like I said, do the Netflix and Tubies. We need to make the effort, the very little effort to do the same thing for something that we say we want, which is our content that not only celebrate us 28, 29 days a year when they're lucky, but 365 days a year is what we are able to do.
Yeah, and actually Netflix is a great example because that is also an app. And that's an app that you have to pay for. And still we managed to get it onto our televisions, phones, and laptops. So it's kind of the same deal, only you don't have to pay for it. And it's called In the Black Network. And then once we have that app, we can choose what we want to look at. Just like on Netflix, you navigate around, you click on what you want to watch, and boom, you're in.
Absolutely. I think once you go and look around, you'll see, and it's very important. This is very important. We're not just asking you to come and watch because we're Black. We're serving you quality content, quality, diverse content that speaks to you, that we are very confident that you will enjoy.
And I mean, you just launched like in fall, right?
Yes, we launched October the 2nd, 2023. So we just had our 6-month birthday, if you will, on March 2nd.
I mean, it's wild because I was on the app and I'm saying that's a lot of content for a network that just launched 6 months ago.
But this is what so important, Dominique. We just launched, but this just didn't happen. I've been thinking about this and merging the relationships and planning this for a long time because, as we said before, we really had the vision for this. So I've been talking to Homestead and Maverick, all the places that you see that we have on there from acquired content. This has been in the making. So this is me walking in my purpose. This is me having a great group of people around me, and I don't say this just because, but I think it's important for listeners to understand you can never do this by yourself. Genuine relationships is what's important to be able to build something of this magnitude because it is extremely difficult. And I know you laugh at it, but like you're successful in your own right. You didn't have to come on, and when I say that, because me understanding how things work with you being a part of the Tammy Mack Show, right? Doing the things that you're doing, people like yourself that take the time to think we merit enough to be on your show. These are genuine relationships that matter, and that's the only way you can survive. We don't have enough money. At the end of the day, I don't care how much money you have. Genuine relationships is the true currency. I just truly believe that.
I mean, we've certainly seen enough people with plenty of money go down because of those lack of relationships too. I won't start a list because you're on it. I'm not trying to be messy. If you weren't here, I would be messy. But we're talking with James DuBose, and he is the owner, the creator of the In the Black Network. I got questions. If you do, call us 800-920-1580. We are also Black-owned and unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
A safe place to go loud. A great place for progressive politics. KBLA Talk 1580.
Are you ready to ignite your potential? Special Needs Network presents the CORE Workforce Development Grant, an opportunity designed just for you. You've been there for everyone else. Now it's time to be there for yourself. Whether you're a college student or a working professional, the CORE program is here to empower you on your journey. Get paid with free specialized diversity training, mentorship, and stipend to fuel your passion, power, and purpose in the behavioral health sciences. It's time to focus on your dreams while making a difference in your community. Don't wait. Visit snnla.org/core program to apply today. Be the spark that ignites connections. Your future is waiting. Again, that's snnla.org/core program.
If your Medi-Cal is ending, Cover California is here to help. Cover California is a service from the state that helps you get affordable health insurance. In many cases, at no cost to you, just like with Medi-Cal. We have quality health plans, and we'll help you every step of the way to get the one that works for you and your family. So, if you're no longer eligible for Medi-Cal, check out Cover California. We'll keep you covered. Learn more at coveredca.com.
Hey, LA, when you're trying to get where you need to go, like work, school, and what matters to you, Metro is here to get you there. With discounted fares and free pass programs, Metro is making public transportation affordable and easy to ride for everyone. Plan your trip at metro.net.
Hey, I have a secret. I use Secret Whole Body Deodorant because more than just my armpits stink.
Oh, can I use it where my bra rubs under my...
Oh, yeah.
And what about down there? You know, my...
Totally. 4 out of 5 gynecologists would recommend it. So I tried it, and now I get 72 hours of freshness from my pits to my...
Ooh, I love that it's a spray.
Me too. And it comes in sticks and creams, too. Go get your Secret Whole Body Deodorant.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Gabby.
Hey, Gabby. It's Jennifer Coolidge. Hi. I'm so glad I reached you at 2 a.m.
Oh, of course. Anyone with a Discover card can call and talk to a real person 24/7. Now, how can I help?
Yeah, I used my Discover card to buy these yellow pleather pajamas, and I'm just not sure I'm pulling them off.
24/7 U.S.-based customer service. It pays to Discover. Limitations apply. Learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DiPrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
I do appreciate you. We're talking with James DuBose. He is an entertainment executive, a producer, and now the owner of In the Black Network, which is video, you called it an AVOD, which is video on demand with an advertising model, which means you don't have to pay for it. It's free to you. It's all Black content. And, you know, when you were on Fox, when you were running Fox Soul, even though that's not a Black-owned network, I noticed you had so many Black people working for you. Not just a lot of times when you're in things targeted to Black people, but not owned by us, we're in front, but we're not in the back. But I mean, your producers, your executive producers, everybody. Not everybody, but most of the people that you had there were African American, and I noticed you had a lot of women in leadership positions. And so, is that a philosophy? Is that just a thing, or that's just the people you had those great relationships with?
Well, two things. It's definitely a philosophy. I work with them. No one works for me. They work for themselves and their family. That's my philosophy first and foremost. So everyone we work together. We need each other. And the second part of that is, one thing going to Fox Soul, and I'll move on to the other thing, was one of the biggest things when they first approached me about helping with this was that I did not want to be the Black face in front of the camera while people that are not of the culture pulling the strings behind the camera. That just wasn't going to be the case. And it goes back to what we talked about earlier, Dominique. We have brilliant minds. We're smart people. We're brilliant people. A lot of things that we have in the world comes from our culture. So I would be a fool not to have the greatest people possible around me and then get out their way and let them do what they do. And to the women, I mean, I don't want to sound, but they just have a tendency to do things a little different than men. I think we're just different. And women will protect you like no other is what I found, especially a black woman who is really understanding the vision of another black man. They'll go to the end for you, no matter what, for the most part. And I just appreciate that. And we all deserve the same thing. Like I said, greatness is a process, and it's never a one-man show. And you need all minds, men, women, across the board, because that's what makes us successful, in my opinion.
I love that. Greatness is a process. I think the other thing I noticed, and it kind of goes along with, you having the audacity to start your own network in the Black Network, which you can get now as the app, is that you would take chances on people and let them fly, let them try something. I think about my friend Neil Anderson, who you just had producing everything, and she's going, "Hey, let's do this special. You put me on an election special," which, it was great. I enjoyed it. But I just don't see a lot of executives going, "Well, we've never let you do an election special before. Let's go for it." Are you a risk taker, or is it because you see stuff in people? I mean, I just see like Niel really blossoming in working with you.
Twofold. I'm definitely a risk taker, but also I look at people and not resumes. If you have the right mindset, the right hustle, and the right character and energy, I'll absolutely. I don't even call it taking a chance. It's just about, to me, passion wins, defeats resumes any day. The second part of that is another philosophy is, why don't we, as Black people, for the most part, get these C-suite jobs? It's because we don't have that title that they're looking for on our resume. And so one thing I want to do is, if you've never done it, when you come over here, I'm going to give you the title that I see in you. There's a quote that I love. It says, treat a person as they are and they become worse than what they are, but treat them like what they potentially could be and they become better than what they should be. And so I believe in giving people what I see they potentially could be. So the last thing, if God forbid something happens to us, you can never go in another room and they say you don't have that on your resume, because coming with me, you will get what I feel like you deserve on your resume.
I know you're aware of there's a lot of talk and conspiracy theories. When Bill Cosby tried to get NBC, they took him down, that a black person can't have a network. And I know we're in a new day with streaming, and that's changed the game on everything. But yet, I mean, you have this vision, and, it reminds me a little, in a sense, of Byron Allen, who just doesn't seem to care what the traditional conventional wisdom is or how people usually do a thing, and just sets out and creates their own model. Talk to me about your vision there.
Well, there's nobody on this earth that can beat my God. What's for me is for me, and what's not for me is never going to be for me, no matter what nobody does. My faith has allowed me to jump out the window, so to speak, and start my own network. My faith in knowing what God has brought me out of, that gives me no fear. So that's the first order of business. What's for me is for me. That model of them trying to stop us, we've seen it. That's absolutely truth to that. But again, it may take us longer and harder, but I think for the most part is we have to always continue to come together, because power is in numbers, and power is in numbers with smart people and determined people. And you can never, as a people, defeat our determination, our passion for what we're doing.
Right. And then there's that inventive piece, which is, just do a new model or do an existing model a new way. And it sounds kind of like that is somewhat what you're doing within the Black Network.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you're not going to reinvent the wheel in terms of entertainment and television, right? Streaming is happening. It's a new way. We have other Black outlets out there that's doing the same thing. But to me, the motto is bundling, is coming together and bringing all the content into one place. But again, no one is going to come to and watch In the Black Network simply because it's Black owned. You have to provide them with value. And that is what I think I always focus on, is what value am I bringing to the public? What value can I add to somebody's life with what we're doing? And then giving them a feeling of feeling proud to be Black, proud to say they watch In the Black or they love what we're doing. They become emotionally attached. And anything that you're emotionally attached to, you continue to support and come back to.
That's right. I mean, for me, bundling is big too, because I don't want to have to look everywhere for one show or one item that I'm trying to look at. So if your streaming service has more things, I'm more likely to use it because I don't have to keep searching everywhere for a thing.
Absolutely. And that we're definitely working on that. Me and a couple of other people have already talked how we can come together, and I think you'll be hearing more about that in the very, very near future. Because, again, I can't say too much, but if you look at traditional outlets, they start their business mainly off of our content. Our content provides a great deal of revenue for them. And then when they get to the point that they don't need us no more, they tend to throw us away. But when we all come together as we're discussing, we won't have to worry about that problem. And they'll come to us because they know our people are valuable.
So you spoke on Merge and sort of the Christian content, Black Christian content that's available on In the Black Network. Talk to me about some of the things that you're most excited about that are available right now.
Well, in terms of the growth, actually, to at this point being 6 months old, to actually have 3 fast channels, have over 2,000 hours of content, diverse content, movies, scripted series, talk shows, live programming, sports, everything that we love and we do. I'm excited about that. But it also, there's something for the family, which is important. If you want to wake up Sunday morning and or any day and get inspired and motivated, you can go to Merge TV. You don't always have to go to ESPN to watch the sports. You can come to us. So I feel like I'm just excited the fact that we're offering something that the whole family can enjoy.
And how are you, I mean, you talked about relationships, but how, outside of your immediate relationships, how are you curating this content?
I wake up every day. I work all day looking at things that I think have a perspective that needs to be heard. And I don't have a problem reaching out to people, cold calling, letting them know what we have to offer and how we could add value to what they're doing. But again, a lot of this was a year and a half, 2 years in the making with these relationships. And also that they're having a difficult time getting their content seen as well. So a lot of it is new content from Black creators that have a difficult time in the Hollywood greenlight process that we've just made it a lot easier. And now people are starting to really enjoy what they're seeing.
Yeah. How do you measure success in this endeavor?
The fact that I'm on your show.
Yes, you've made it. You've arrived, James DuBose.
I've arrived, Mama. We made it. It's the engagement. I mean, that's true. That nobody is going to talk to you if they don't see that you add some value of what you're doing, right? But in terms of the consumer, is how often they come back. Are they talking about it to other people? Are they recommending you that everyone gets your network and your platform? And right now, being all in the streaming platforms, the idea is you want impressions. You want, a million people a day watching your platform. That's just a very, very difficult thing to get without marketing enough content. You look at the Netflix, they got $1 billion that they spend on content a year almost.
Yeah, and network TV is not getting 1 million views on most of their shows anymore with the diversity of content.
Right, but you get, like I said, our livelihood is based on ad revenue, and a lot of these ad agencies will say, oh, well, you need impressions. Well, they know starting off, you ain't gonna have the $1 million impressions, but they normally don't say that to the traditional outlets. They allow them the opportunity to grow. And that's why I feel like we need the bundle.
And just to be clear, explain what a fast channel is.
So that's like broadcast, but on streaming. You don't have to. You can be anywhere you want to in your car, whatever, and you can turn on the channels like linear TV, and you can watch at 8 o'clock. This comes on 9 o'clock. It's like watching broadcast, but through the streaming network.
Right, as opposed to on demand where you're finding something. So Netflix doesn't have fast channels. It's only on demand. Your channel, you can choose either.
That's correct.
Within
we're going to continue to grow, and I can't say now because we signed the deal yesterday. Starting April 1st, we will have over 120 more fast channels on In the Black.
Wow, that's amazing. We're talking with James DuBose. He's the owner of In the Black TV network. You can get it now at the App Store. You can get it now by searching for it on your TV and installing it. And we'll continue the conversation after news, traffic, and sports on KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
I'm Mike Moore. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. An in vitro fertilization bill is now law in Alabama after being signed by Republican Governor Kay Ivey. It was approved by the state legislature Wednesday. Under the provisions of Senate Bill 159, clinics, doctors, and other healthcare facilities that provide IVF treatment in Alabama will be granted immunity from criminal prosecution. In Georgia, a panel investigating the Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis heard testimony Wednesday from the defense attorney who first put forward allegations about her relationship with a special prosecutor. Ashley Merchant represents former Trump campaign official Mike Roman in the former president's election subversion case. She was the first to testify about the African American's alleged improper relationship with Nathan Wade. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Moore from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Lakers missed out on a chance to move up in the Western Conference standings. They lost by 10 at home to Sacramento. The loss dropped the Lakers down to the 10th spot. Something went wrong in the second quarter. The Lakers led by 19 in the first quarter, but trailed by 15 at the half. A solid game by LeBron was wasted. He had 31 points and 13 assists. The Clippers won by 6 in Houston. The Clippers are now 19 games over 500. Kawhi Leonard had 28 points and 7 assists. USC will play Arizona tonight in the Pac-12 women's basketball tournament in Las Vegas. The Trojans, the number 2 seed, had a first-round bye. 6 p.m. tip-off on the Pac-12 network. UCLA also had a first-round bye. The Bruins, the number 3 seed, will play Utah tonight at 8:30. If USC and UCLA win, they will meet up in the semifinals Friday night. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Tips to help improve your credit score in 2024. Establishing credit is an important key to achieving financial health, but building a credit history from scratch can feel challenging since you need credit to build credit. First, what does it mean to build credit? All consumers have a score between 300 and 850. You want your score to be as high as possible as lenders look at your credit score to make loan and credit decisions. A good credit score shows you have a track record of borrowing money responsibly. Remember, it's never too late to build or rebuild your credit. This segment is sponsored by J.P. Morgan Chase & Company.
I'm Dominique DiPrima, inviting you to join me at the City of Hawthorne's Business Expo and Job Fair, presented by Hawthorne City Councilwoman Katrina Manning. Explore great opportunities with leading national and local companies and participate in panel discussions with top entrepreneurs such as Goose the Barber, Camille C. Terry, and special guest speaker Danny Bakewell Jr., president of the LA Sentinel. So please join me and Council Member Katrina Manning on Thursday, March 14th from 3 to 7 p.m. at the Hawthorne Memorial Center at 3901 West El Segundo Boulevard in Hawthorne for the Hawthorne Business Expo and Job Fair. That's Thursday, March 14th, the City of Hawthorne's Business Expo and Job Fair. Visit their website at hawthornebusinessexpo.org or call 310-349-2908. That's 310-349-2908 to register. It's absolutely free and open to the public. I'll see you there.
Do you support public education? More than 38,000 educators at United Teachers Los Angeles do too. Together, we have fought for a better public education for our students and communities, and having you on our side has been essential in our fight for better public schools. Together, we will continue to work for public schools with green spaces, more mental health staff, smaller class sizes at every grade level, and a higher investment in the Black Student Achievement Plan. We are UTLA, and you make us stronger.
If you're an adult in need of accredited high school diploma, the Los Angeles Public Library can help. You can earn one for free in as few as 5 months online with 24/7 access. You also get a personal academic coach plus special training focused on 9 in-demand industries, as well as a resume and cover letter to advance your career. Visit the website at lapl.org/diploma. That's lapl.org/diploma.
We're not for everybody, but we're for everybody. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.
And we're talking with James DuBose. He's an entertainment executive, formerly worked with BET, he's worked on the Olympics, was the executive producer, head of programming for Fox Soul, and is now the founder, the creator, and the owner of In the Black Network, which is available now. I know a lot of people, you had them at free, right? We got all these streaming services, and they all come with little debits to our account. This app is not going to cost you.
Not at all. It's absolutely free. Will always be free to you, and we're going to give you the quality content that we value your time with when you come and check us out.
So when you talk about In the Black Network, it's almost like a hub, right? When you think about these fast channels where you can see regular TV, only it's streaming, or you can see products on demand. So that means basically there's the potential for endless growth here.
Absolutely. It's really a content business, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, and people, my learnings have been people want to watch when they want to at their own schedule. They don't want to be told, for the most part, you have to be in front of your TV at a certain time to watch your favorite show. That's the beauty of streaming. If you're at home, not at home, traveling, you can watch anytime you want to. But the idea is you can have as much content as possible. There is no limit to that. But you also want to be specific in understanding who you're targeting, who your customer is, and being great at that instead of trying to be mediocre at all things.
I read, I think in the LA Times, that part of the Netflix model, one of the reasons people get frustrated that shows are always being canceled is because they're constantly seeking to expand their subscriber base with all this niche content, right? So,
right.
Indian Matchmaker, which I must admit I watched, and all these kind of weird shows, but but then you don't get another season of a show you really wanted. But here in this kind of black hub that you've created, you can go deeper into different aspects of Black culture. That's what it seems like you're doing. You've got the Black Christian content, African content, the messy content that some of us love. Talk to me about all the different sort of mosaic of Black culture and how it's being represented on your network.
Absolutely. We recently launched In the Black Network Africa, where we have content from Nigeria. We're going to continue to expand that as well. But the key is Black people are all over the world, and we want to expand in every international as well as domestic marketplace as possible, the Caribbean. We can go on and on and on because, one of the ideas for that, Dominique, was, me growing up, I didn't get an opportunity to travel. I thought the world was just in the community I lived in. My first time on a plane was when I went to college to play football, and we went to a game. And so, With that said, that's a lot of our experiences. But for us to be able to bring Africa and other places to In the Black, we giving the young kids their minds, to open their minds to show that there's a bigger world out there, and we want to inspire them to be able to travel and see different cultures and see different things. So it is about entertaining you with the content, but it's also about educating you and inspiring you, and especially inspiring the youth to let them know what Black people look like, feel like, act like all over the world, and not just in the United States and the pictures that they paint of us for the most part on TV.
James DuBose, speaking of inspiring the youth, if you and some of the people that aren't so youthful, if I was setting out to be that Hollywood executive, what path would you suggest people take, whether it's studying or, hustling or whatever? What is the way in, since we're constantly told that there is no way in?
I get asked that a lot.
Yeah, I
to
bet.
be honest with you, there is no one way, right? The only one way I could tell anyone is to first and foremost know exactly what you want and don't quit. Don't let nobody tell you can't. You may have to do it on your own. You may have to go a different path. But the second part to that is going back to genuine relationships. You have to have relationships, because most of the time, and you have to have relationships, but you also have to bring value, because a lot of times we go and ask people to help us with something, and we just want to withdraw, but we don't want to make any deposit. And so my advice to anyone is, the first thing you do when you go in trying to get an executive position, go in with a deposit. And what that means is telling them what value you bring to them, what holes you see in their operation as it stands right now, and how you plan on filling that hole. How you also plan on helping them grow their revenue. And they still may not give you an opportunity. So sometimes you have to find someone, it only takes one, someone that looks like you, someone that believes in you, to give you that opportunity, and then you continue to open doors for other people. And eventually, the more doors we open for ourselves, the more executives we have without having to ask anyone to give us an opportunity on the other side.
Yeah, I think I've read many books and stories about people getting in or trying to get into Hollywood C-suites and feeling like they have to fit in. They don't fit in. They need to be an alumni of a certain school or have a certain profile. And I feel like just from, the time that I worked with you, you go in there as yourself. You bring hip hop and Blackness and football and everything with you in every room.
Yeah, you know what? It's important. I walk in every room. That's who I am. Like I said, it goes back to, most importantly, I walk in a room as if God sent me there, because He did. And so that's already, I'm already ahead of the game. But let's be honest, what we do, football, hip hop, sports, whatever it is, our culture speaks to everybody. And most of the executives, their kids are watching our culture, and they know that.
Yeah, well, that's a great point.
So you have to know your power going in.
That's a really good point. I'm trying to let it sink in. Okay, James DuBose, you also said you got to bring value, and that speaks to something that's a bit of a pet peeve of mine with the Hollywood culture, which is that people want to say, hook me up, man, hook me up. And I just don't think there's really any such thing as a hookup. Unless you're on a dating app, right? But that's not what that's not what they're referring to when they say hook me up.
Yeah, you keep hooking people up, and then both of you will be asking somebody else to hook both of you up, because you ain't going to last long, right?
Yeah.
But again, it goes back. If I come to you and say, can you help me do this? You got to be understanding that I have to protect your name as well. So I have to be prepared. I have to study. I have to go over and beyond. And a lot of us just want to be placed there. Unfortunately, this generation, they want to go from production assistant to president in a month. Like we're in such a generation, I feel, of entitlement. It's kind of scary that no one wants to put in the work. You know what I mean? Everyone wants the muscles, but nobody wants to lift the weights.
It's funny. I call it the on-demand generation, because I feel like it's based on, in a way, social media. Not that I think social media is the devil, but that idea that you can go viral and now you're instantly, a big star, or you can watch a show anytime, anywhere, and you don't have to wait for it. I'm not sure about entitlement, but I think there is this instantaneousness, and for me, it's impacted the younger generations, but now the older generations are jumping on it too. Like, everybody kind of just wants everything on demand, which is great if you're in the Black Network app, but not so great if you're in the gym.
You know what, Dominique? I think our voices, for the most part, has been muted and silenced for so long that we're all really looking just to get our opinions out, to really get our voice heard. Mm-hmm. And sometimes we use it in the right way, sometimes we don't use it in the right way. But when you provide them an outlet they feel like they're being represented or being heard, because at the end of the day, people just want to be heard and respected. And they haven't done that to us as a culture, as we all know. We don't have to get that deep into it. But I think social media has allowed us the opportunity to be heard. And some of us are just venting and all that built up anger and being silenced and not being respected is coming out. And most of the part, unfortunately, it comes out against our own kind. And that's the plan. So we just have to be careful. We should have a voice. The more voices, the more opinions. Yeah. In a sense, the more thinking I think is great. But we have to be careful how we use that opinion and so forth. And so here at In the Black Network, again, as we continue to grow, as I said to you before, we want to find people that have a point of view that we feel needs to be heard, that entertains, educates, and inspires our culture.
We're talking with James DuBose. He's the creator and the owner of In the Black Network. It is new as of fall of 2023. It is Black-owned, Black content, and Blackity Black. Continuing the conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
THE Health and Wellness Centers, celebrating 50 years since 1974 when it started as THE Clinic for Women. Then, THE Clinic for Women became THE Health and Wellness Centers, providing quality care for everyone. Learn more at tohelpeveryone.org. Have you fallen behind on your water and power bill? LADWP has made paying your past due bills even easier. Sign up anytime online for Level Pay to get set monthly bills that include past due amounts. Or check out the special extended payment arrangements of up to 48 months to help pay down your bill. Visit ladwp.com/cares and sign up today. That's ladwp.com/cares.
Don't settle for bumps, ingrowns, and itch due to dry skin. Try Venus for pubic hair and skin, the razor and regimen specifically designed for your pubic area. Featuring a razor with patent irritation defense bar and skin care regimen that is dermatologist and gynecologist tested. Venus helps protect your pubic skin from shave irritation. Discover the full regimen of products at GilletteVenus.com.
Hey Californians, are you ready to make your home ownership dreams come true? The California Dream for All Shared Appreciation Loan Program might be for you. First-generation homebuyers can get down payment and closing cost assistance along with a first mortgage to help you unlock the door of your new home. Applications open in April, so talk to an approved lender to see if you're eligible. Find out more at calhfa.ca.gov/dream or call 877-922-5432. A message from the California Housing Finance Agency.
Sometimes we lose, sometimes we win. Sometimes we try to fit it all in. Sometimes we don't know what's in store. Sometimes we find what we're looking for. Sometimes we're rolling easy and free. Sometimes 1 and 1 makes 3. So much to love along this ride. That's why Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and Affiliates, Columbus, Ohio.
If you're looking for the most epic place on earth, let's start at the base of a massive waterfall. Then trek through the thick jungle. Then climb to the peak of a snowy mountaintop. Then once you get there, keep going. Because with intelligent 4x4 and 7 drive modes and a Nissan Pathfinder, the search is the real adventure.
Available feature. Intelligent 4x4 cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DiPrima on First Things First.
James DuBose is my guest this hour, and he is the founder, the owner, creator of In the Black Network. And I got somebody in my YouTube chat who says, well, Molly Bell, she's one of our KBLA delegation, and she's legendary, iconic. She says, this is not my area. I've only watched Fox Soul when Fixico, Tammy Mack, and Dominique let us know. He's making me want to support him, but I'm still not clear on how all this works. So take Miss Molly Bell step by step on it. She wants to support you. She wants to watch In the Black Network. What does she do?
Okay. First of all, thank you, Ms. Molly. I appreciate that. If you have an iPhone, go to your app store, type in the Black Network. It'll pop up. Download it. If you have Google, go to Google Play, type in the Black Network, pop up. If you want to watch at home on your smart TV, simply go, if you have LG, Samsung, you have a Roku, Sony, go to the app, search, type in the Black Network, download it, explore, sign up. It's free. Let me just say that again. It's free. Sign up so that we can send you updates on the network. We can send you thank you notes and so forth, and you can watch everything that's on there absolutely free.
Right, and so once Miss Molly gets, I'm pretty sure she has an iPhone. She gets it off of the App Store and downloads the app. She just pushes the clicks on the app, right, and then she'll see her different choices of what she could watch.
Just click on the app and enjoy all the content. If you want live TV, you can watch that. You want sports, you want talk. We have, Crown with Vivica A. Fox, Selena Johnson, Chanel Scott, L'Oreal. If you want podcasts, we have that. You want movies, we have a plethora of that. TV series, Love, Africa. You want to go global, you can watch ITV in Africa. If you want faith-based, you can watch Merge TV. If you enjoy Tubi, for whatever reason you enjoy Tubi, which is great, you will enjoy In the Black Network, and it's so simple and it looks clean. I would love to hear Miss Molly's feedback, how easy it is, but first of all, of the quality of the content that she enjoys. Yeah, well, we'll circle back because I am in touch with Molly Bell. I'd love to hear her thoughts too, but think of Netflix, because most of us has watched that. So once you click on it, you're going to see all the different shows and different aspects, and you can just choose whatever you want to watch on that particular moment. I did find it quite user friendly. Was that a big part of putting this together? Is actually executing the building of that app? Absolutely. The user experience is extremely important. We don't want to make it too difficult. We also wanted to make it visually pleasing. We are visual people, so I hope we encompassed all of that in building this app. And then most importantly, we wanted it to be free, not add another bill to your account. Right, not another $10, $15, $20 fee every month. And then they're all cracking down, so you can't even share your password anymore. Right. So B. Bell of Bad Dog Bullies wants to know, how can we submit ideas, content, or potential projects to In the Black Network? You could go on our web at www.intheblacknetwork.tv. You can go to submissions, and there's info there, and sign the submission form, and then our development department will follow up with anyone that has something that we think could add value to the network. Paul Lee says downloaded support. Selena Rick says I have already subscribed online. So people are signing up as we speak. I love that. When we come forward, we're going to have, yes, that's great, right? That's what we do, building community and building Black businesses. Talking with James DuBose. When we come forward, we'll hear some final thoughts from him and the launch of the incredible new network called In the Black Network. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
The station you turn to when you've had it up to gear with cultural incompetence. KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in celebrating Women's History Month. I'm Dominique DiPrima. Join me and Black Lives Matter Los Angeles for a reclamation in honor of Breonna Taylor called Black Women Are Divine. There'll be food, music, performances, and healing services with a special performance by Aloe Black. I'll be your MC, and it's all free. Black Women Are Divine is a space for Black women, girls, and femmes to receive love and healing, and for others to express their appreciation. Many of the 33 Black Lives Matter grassroots chapters across the nation are participating in this honoring of the memory of Breonna Taylor on the anniversary of her death. The BLMLA event is taking place on Saturday, March 17th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Norman O. Houston Park at 4800 South La Brea in Los Angeles. The park at the Summit. For special parking options and more information, visit blmla.org. Say her name, Breonna Taylor, and join us in loving on Black women. Happy Women's History Month from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
It's game day at Jim's house, and the spread is impressive.
Mike's already done some damage with the hot wings, and now he's dropping back and going deep for another slice of pizza.
I sure hope he brought the Pepto.
Mike knows that Pepto-Bismol provides fast 5-symptom relief from unexpected stomach upsets. He's no rookie.
The way he's throwing back those nachos, he's the GOAT.
Be ready for game day with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DiPrima on First Things First.
That is awesome. Folks are signing up right and left in the chat for In the Black Network. And if you want to submit or find out more, you just go to the App Store and get the app, or you can go to intheblacknetwork.tv and click around and see what's up. James DuBose, I am just, amazed with what you've been able to accomplish. And you mentioned in passing In the Black music. What is happening with that? What is that even?
Yeah, thank you. So like I said earlier on, I've always had the dream of building an empire that has film, TV, and music under one roof, and it's everything that we own. So a month ago, I expanded to In the Black music. The next iteration will be In the Black literature, so that we can publish books and things of that nature, but we can get to that later. We just released, it's an independent label. We just released our first artist, Joshua Gunn, on the platform even.biz, because instead of streaming, which the artist makes no money from, you pay what you want. You won't pay a penny or $1 or $100. You pay what you want, and the money goes directly to the artist. We've just recently launched the album on the 26th of February, and we've hit already equivalent to streaming 1 million streams.
Wow, it's amazing.
So people have really supported in that project. And again, it just goes back to, honestly, I think when you provide quality, he's a lyricist, a hip-hop inspiring. I think if anyone who goes to even.biz, look up Joshua Gunn. The album is called Game 7. You could pay anything you want. I mean, literally anything you want to get the music. There's no set price. But the music is what I call a soundtrack to my life story, to be honest with you. It's extremely inspiring. But most important, the community, when we provide them with quality, Dominique, when we provide them and they know you're really grinding, they will support, and that I just appreciate that so much. That's the only way we're going to survive. Is we have to. If we can't survive at home, so to speak, we ain't going to be able to survive outside of our culture.
Yeah, great point. So we got about a minute here, James DuBose. What do you want to leave us with this morning?
Well, and I'm not saying this because we're on the air. I told you this privately. I'm saying it publicly so that the people can put the pressure on you. The election year is coming up. Your voice outside of politics, but also just Black culture for what you do. You did it at Fox Soul. I'd love to figure out how to bring you over to In the Black. It's great at that, as you know. But sincerely, I think, again, voices like what you have is what's going to make In the Black networks different from the Tubies and the Netflix and the other places that we go see our content. They don't allow us to have a raw, unapologetically voice about our culture, and that's what you've always brought, I felt. And I
Thank you.
I
appreciate that, James. You sure let me sound off on Foxhole. I appreciated it very much, and I look forward to working with you again. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
For sure. And I understand you're going to have Niel out there doing some elections, town halls and such. So we've got a lot to look forward to in this season ahead.
Absolutely. Neil has a show coming up from the Congressional Black Caucus called What's at Stake. I think it airs Easter Sunday, March 31st, the first episode. She did a phenomenal job as always. So please support that. That's just March 31st, What's at Stake, hosted and presented to you by Neil Anderson.
Love that. James DuBose, thank you for joining us. I always go out with a quote. Today I'm quoting you because I really liked what you said. You said, I walk in the room as if God sent me because he did. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Tavis Smiley's up next. You know he's going to be rocking the mic as he always does. I'm Dominique DiPrima. I'll see you on socials, KBLA 1580 or DiPrima Radio, DiPrima, and then radio. History is now, and we are making it together. Until tomorrow, one love.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Mike Moore. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. An in vitro fertilization bill is now law in Alabama after being signed by Republican Governor Kay Ivey. It was approved by the state legislature Wednesday under the provisions of first put forward allegations about